Well, listen in, because this one is going to be a very, very tough one, and we're going to have to circumvent all of the conventional rules of LBQ, as well as utilizing the maximum power level of the English lexicon to even get close to scratching the surface of this particular SCP in question. It's difficult, isn't it? But imagine for a moment that there was an anomalous creature in existence of such incomprehensible mystery that even uttering its name would alert it, triggering its cosmic awareness to then travel through the very fabric of time and space, emerge from a mysterious, anomalous portal, and seize all spoken or written information relating to its existence. Yeah, you can see why this one is going to be a bit difficult. Hello Internet, and welcome back to the most inquisitive channel on YouTube, Life's Biggest Questions. As per usual, I'll be your disembodied floating voice Jack Finch, as today we try our utmost to juggle the acknowledgement of an all-powerful anomalous entity and curiously attempt to answer the question, what if SCP-2521 was real? Oh, for crying out loud. I did it already, didn't I? Just roll the clip. Oh no.
You didn't say the magic word.
Alright, so to get around this glaringly obvious problem, so instead of outlining the pictographic information that surrounds this particular entity in question, we're going to tell you all a little story. Imagine, if you will, that within the infinite complexities of the multiverse, a creature was spat forth from the very bowels of cosmic dissonance, a creature that, unlike us, wasn't bound by the physical laws that dictate our existence, but instead operated within its own fluid boundaries of what can and what cannot be. Let's say that this creature's name is, I don't know, Bruce. Yeah, Bruce will do. Whenever it was that Bruce came into existence, because due to his nature we may never know, he very quickly and very sadly became a very lonely dude. You see, because Bruce was bound by a different, special natural law, and there was no other creature like him, he couldn't exactly roll over to his buddy's house on a random Friday, park up on his couch and watch reruns of Seinfeld into the early hours of the morning. Instead, he was eternally tasked to float around in the cosmic void of loneliness, emotionally clawing through stock footage walls in a desperate effort to grasp the life that he'd never have. Just like that guy at the end of It's a Wonderful Life, just without Christmas and every day, and even sadder. But then one day, someone caught a glimpse of Bruce as he listlessly trudged through the very fabric of our physical plane, and as chance would have it, that person informed the SCP Foundation of Bruce's existence, and perhaps finally, just maybe, he was one step closer to being acknowledged for the long-armed, gooey-producing nice guy that he really is. All Bruce wanted was a chance, and it appeared that he may finally have it. But when the Foundation tasked their researchers to produce a document pertaining to Bruce's existence, the first draft produced some very unexpected results. When the Foundation researcher penned Bruce's real name onto a document, it somehow, in his classic anomalous fashion, alerted Bruce that someone, somewhere, knew who he was. And within an alien heartbeat, Bruce floated through the void and appeared right at the Foundation researcher's desk. Obviously, the researcher was pretty terrified, as you would be, but Bruce was so incredibly excited that someone knew who he was that he snatched the piece of paper off of the researcher's desk and floated back to his void apartment to pin his newfound prize on his void-like fridge. Someone knew who Bruce was, and not only that, they even took the time to write his name on a piece of paper. It was perhaps the greatest day of Bruce's life. But it would only get better, because the next day, after recovering from the existential shock of witnessing an anomalous entity apparating into existence, the Foundation researcher felt compelled to inform his commanding officer all about the incident. But when he said his name out loud, Bruce couldn't quite believe his tendril-like ears. Not only had someone written his name down on a piece of paper, but now someone was speaking about him. What a time to be alive, or in Bruce's case, eternal. Quicker than a flash, Bruce rematerialized in front of the two researchers, and he was so overwhelmed with love that he grabbed the name-spouting researcher with both hands, wrapped him up in his long tendril-like fingers, and took him away back to his void apartment so that they could be best friends forever. But yeah, as you can see, this quickly proved to be a very, very difficult problem for the Foundation. Bruce's excitement aside, because I'm sure that we all want him to be happy, but the Foundation couldn't exactly operate to their fullest capacity whilst maintaining their directive to secure, contain and protect, and keep things with a very firm lid on, by having their researchers and D-class personnel whisked off to Bruce's apartment every time they wanted to make a documented record of his existence. So to combat this, the Foundation decided to employ a more tactful, tactical approach. They very quickly quickly found that Bruce was only alerted to written documents or a vocalization of his name, but they eventually discovered that Bruce was unaware of more covert methods of documenting information, such as Morse code and, believe it or not, infographic pictures. Their solution was apparent, and it was very quickly employed. We've got him. Just never ever say Bruce's name, follow the documented containment procedure, and everything should be just fine. As you can see though, we were still left with a problem. Bruce's only motivation was that he didn't want to be lonely, and now the only people that knew of his existence had sworn to inform others never to speak or write about him again. Once again, Bruce was the loneliest dude in existence, and he was very, very sad. Well, question is, if Bruce was real, would you want him to be the loneliest dude in existence? I know that I wouldn't, poor guy. What if SCP-252 was real? Well, I guess we're about to find out.
Ah, Jack, what is that? Oh my god! Jack? Jack? Where'd you go? Jack!
I'm just kidding, guys, I'm back. Or am I? Good job I've got a healthy supply of clones though, eh? Yeah, I'm back really. Bruce is a great guy. We played some foosball and ate some pizza. Why don't you let us know how you'd party with Bruce in the comment section down below. I'll be sure to let him know about all the nice things you guys have to say about him. Before we depart though, we've got one very important question that needs to be answered from our last video. Ryan Walnichek says, you know what's super weird? There being two Jack Finches. There is a disembodied floating voice and there is one with a person with a body. He's on the channel called Top 5 Scary. Can someone explain? Well, Ryan, I could explain that to you, and I'd firstly like to say that your observational skills are second to none, but there are some things that the human mind just isn't able to comprehend. If I explain to you how a disembodied floating voice can also be a physical person with a body, then I fear all of our minds would probably explode. So, let's better leave it unsolved. Yeah? Well, LBQ fans, unfortunately on that note, that's all we've got time for in today's video. If you're a fan of this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, as well as that subscribe bell so you can stay up to date with our latest and greatest uploads. As per usual, I've been your disembodied floating voice, Jack Finch. You've been watching Life's Biggest Questions, and until next time, you take it easy.